we all know what it was last time with Dwight. We all know what it was last time with Dwight. It was a lot of headache and hassle. But 2 years ago, he averaged 16 and 12 over there in Charlotte. And I feel if we could get something to that standard, then maybe it might be a good deal after all. I mean, look, basically, he knows what it is. Reportedly, he's already been threatened by staff and people in the front office as far as with his behavior. If he becomes a detriment to the team, he will be out of here. And we could cut our losses and move on. Like I said, we bring him on to add muscle to the paint, to the boards. If he could contribute in that way, we don't want JaVale playing 35 minutes a game at all. We see what happened last time. We burned him out. And right now we kind of thin right there. We all know that AD don't want to get on the block, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like LeBron, he's known to bring cats out of that slump. He's known. Look at J.R. Smith. You know what I'm saying? I feel that it's a high ceiling and a low floor, and anywhere in between will do us justice. I feel like, but that's my personal opinion. He's a Laker now. Welcome back, and let's move forward. Here we go.
What about you, Drake? What do you think, Drake, about that move right there?
Man. I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed at first when I heard about the signing. I wanted Noah over Howard. I like that he hustled more, he grinded it out more. You ain't got to worry about Noah being in the gym, practicing, being with the team. He already give off that good energy. Howard, on the other hand, he has a history, and it's one of those things where it's fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I've seen it happen not only to us, but I've seen it with different teams, him traveling for the last about 5 years, 7 different teams. Like I said last week, he had that interview expressing himself, how he really felt. He looked happier as a person. But, maybe it wasn't all good. Maybe it's just a facade for him to put on like Carmelo did to get back on the team. I don't really trust it, but at this point, he's a Laker. We're going to move forward. Like my boy just said, LeBron's known to getting the best out of every man on team, on board. It was putting his focus first towards the team first. So, hopefully it all works out. And like he said, we ain't got no issue cutting him because we didn't give him nothing. We didn't give him no fat contract. This is basically one of those senior veteran contracts, rookie contracts, a couple $100,000. We can let that go real quick. So hopefully it's good, but time will tell.
Yep. Yeah, no, Dwight, we'll see about Dwight. Cano.
What it do?
Stop hiding, man. I'd be
What
hiding
up?
if I had all that stuff. I'd be hiding
Yo.
too, man.
Yeah, talking shit all the time. Hey, how the Dodgers do? Oh,
Oh, man.
yeah.
I know, man.
Hey.
So what's up? What you think about this Howard situation?
Please.
What was that? You broke out. What was that?
The Dwight Howard situation. What you think about that, man?
Oh, you already know. Hey, didn't I call it last podcast? Didn't I say Dwight Howard to the Lakers? Isn't that why you call me, a.k.a. Mr. Right? Damn. I'm right. I love it when I'm right. Hey, man, you already know. I told you Dwight Howard was going to the Lakers, man. I like it. I told you he's a 20-rebound guy. He's going to go out there, do work. Everybody's, already bailing on him, being like, he's not going to do good. They're talking crap. He's going to come out and be lights out for the Lakers, man. I'm excited. That was a good pick. Joakim Noah, I like him too, but I think Dwight Howard was the better pick up there. I think he has something to prove. He has a chip on his shoulder. Like you said, everybody's already talking crap. And I think he's going to come out there and just, do what he needs to be doing, rebound and play some defense. He was Defensive Player of the Year 3 times in a row. Don't you forget that. You know what I mean? Joakim Noah only has 1. I know you're a big Joakim Noah fan, so I just got to throw it out there. We already kind of got in that debate earlier.
Hey, wouldn't you love to see that footage of that workout? Most space, Joakim Noah. Hey, wouldn't you love to see that footage? Damn.
Hey, I would love it.
Most states.
Hey, but another quick note, fellas, that he has to accept this role. You know, he knows he's at the end of his line. We all know if you can't hit a 3-shot as a big, you're a liability. So he has worked on a mid-range jumper from what I'm hearing, and that's a plus as far as he's going to have more of a Capella type role. You know what I'm saying? A pick and roll, clean up around the rim, and play big in the middle, man. I mean, play big defense. So, I mean, we all know what the league's turned into. You know, at least that's how I feel about it. But he can accept this role, and by him accepting his role, I feel like he's matured enough to really come in and be that big we always thought he could be, hopefully.
So you said it best right there. The key word is mature. This man's never been mature. He coming to L.A., and L.A. popping now more than when he was first out here. There's going to be shit going on every night. You already got like 10 baby mamas. 10 different kids. like that's the issue. It's beyond basketball to me. You know, there on the surface, Dwight Howard, all pro, all team, first NBA 3. Yeah, that's cool. But man, sometimes it's about when you go home and lay your head down. Am I gonna study the playbook? Or I'm gonna study these hoes. And lately, he been studying the girls and everything else. So, like I said, time will tell. We gonna see where it's going. I would have wanted a Jakeem Noah because I know where his head's gonna be. And if he was going after girls, he's still gonna be ready on Sunday to come play. So time will tell. And I mean, it's Lakers all day, so I ain't got no worries about it.
That's right.
Yeah. Let me see. I got to do something real quick because I don't think we went live. We've been recording, but I don't see my live on the feed. So let me do this over real quick.
It said
I'm going to do something wrong. But no. But while we do that, we still recording. So while we doing this technical difficulty thing, I'm gonna go in and put my sense in.
Oh, here we go.
With Dwight Howard though, man, I still feel like something gonna happen. Yeah, he's defensive player of the year. Yeah, he jump out of the gym, homie. Yeah, you know, he got them big ass, them broad ass shoulders, like he punch you in the mouth for something, homie. Yeah, he gets you 20 rebounds. But me personally, I don't trust his hands. Okay, so I really don't trust his hands, right? I don't trust his hands. And then on not trusting his hands, I definitely won't trust his shot. He got a lot of stuff to think about, you know, other than basketball. And I'm going to just say that, you know.
Be nice.
And it's a lot of it's a lot of return coming back for selling Dwight jerseys. Everybody got a number 12, whether you got a damn Vlade jersey or you got a damn Dwight jersey, homie. Everybody, listen, it's a lot of return in bringing Dwight back, homie. Who gonna get Joakim Noah stuff? Ain't nobody gonna be running around with a man bun at the Staples Center, homie. Ain't no. You know what I'm saying? The man bun at the
real quick. I'm gonna be the first to admit. Okay.
I see.
Up to this point, y'all see that?
Number 12,
no, up till now, that was a Vlade Divac jersey. That used to be a Vlade Divac jersey. And then after that, it was a Shannon Brown jersey. But now, it's officially back a Dwight Howard jersey.
It's a lot of return.
Yeah, it's a lot of return.
It's a lot of return bringing the number 12 back, baby. Bringing the 12 back, a lot of return. So, I don't know.
The game is cold, fellas.
So that's
cold world.
You know, and that's reality. Because at the end of the day, the NBA is business, bro. You know, so and they want to make sure that they stay lucrative, baby. So, but yeah, no, that's all I got to say about Dwight. I wish him the best, man.
Hey, look, real quick, fellas, real quick. Last time we brought Dwight in, we brought him in. He was the best big man in the league. He was expected to be the next Diesel, Superman, you know, and he had that pressure on him. We all know he's a little sensitive mentally. He's not the toughest guy. I think the rigor of all that really pressed on him and affected his performance. You feel me? He didn't have the support of Kobe. We all know that. Kobe was declining those years. He was a bit bitter. We brought Dwight in, it seemed. He could have, admittedly, handled that situation better, but he didn't. and you live and you learn, right? So therefore, I feel like he's not under the gun. We got AD. I got LeBron to lean on. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this ship. Let me get this monkey off my back. Let me come back to LA and hang out with the guys with the high heels and the trophies. And yeah, you know, we love you, Dwight. We just teasing you, baby. Just teasing you, Dwight. Come on, baby. Don't get in your feelings. We just playing with you. Come on, we just playing.
Woo! So,
We just playing.
on that note, that's how we feel about Dwight. Let's jump on to another topic that I want. I'm gonna let Dre kick it off. He's gonna kick it off. We're gonna talk about Andrew,
Oh,
Indianapolis Colts.
oh no.
Luck.
Man.
All right, y'all. You know this wasn't on the agenda, y'all. If y'all keeping up, you know this
Hey,
wasn't on
man.
the agenda.
Pull
But this
out
is-
some luck,
Woo!
man.
Luck! Luck! Oh!
7:30. Yeah,
big
come on, man.
Woo!
One
Luck.
time for
So
the big homie.
we had to do it up for Luck, man. So why don't you speak on it real quick, man?
Man. I'm sitting down watching TV. What was I watching? Oh, I was watching TV with my son. The Florida Gator game against Miami. I'm mad. I'm a Gator fan. We losing. We started coming back, feel a little happy a little bit.
Yeah.
And I look down. My son says, "Dad, it's breaking news." I'm like, "What is it?" He goes, "Andrew Luck retires." I'm like, "Stop BSing." I'll run to the TV. Andrew Luck retires, man. I cannot believe my man retired, but after listening to his press conference and reports that for some reason, you know, we don't get to after it happens, the man was really beat up. The man was mentally not there. Physically, definitely wasn't there. This man played through a lacerated kidney, had issues with his back, separated shoulder. He's done it all. He's done it all. He's a real Iron Man. But I mean, after getting the abuse of coach not helping him out in that front line, you have to call it quits. So I mean, fantasy wise, it's gonna hurt a player like T.Y. Hilton. It's gonna hurt players like Eric Ebron. And more importantly, to me,
He was on a
honestly,
lot
it
of
might
draft
hurt.
boards.
Exactly, it might hurt a player like Marlon Mack, especially because he was going
Yeah,
second
right.
round,
Yeah. He's
late second round, early third round. So that
on
might help him.
PPR. Woo!
Exactly. So he's gonna drop being Brissett's quarterback now, but I'm kind of happy he made this choice and wasn't scared to make this choice. Especially him walking out the stadium yesterday, getting his booed by his own fans. I know that hurt. He's been giving his all. Like I said, playing through all these injuries for 10 years damn near. And you want to boo me as I'm walking out because I'm making a better decision for myself and my family. So I know it hurt, but I'm glad he made that decision.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. You right. I feel you 110%, man. What about you, Kano? Chime in on the man Luck, man. I know you had him on your draft board. You got everybody on your board, man. You be taking everybody's players, homie. What you think, man?
You already know. Hey, man, I'm gonna keep it real. I mean, you know, Dre elaborated on everything that he went through. You can't hate on him. I know a lot of people are hating him, like, hey, you're retiring, you're not even 30. Like, what the hell is going on? But you know, everybody out there that plays the game of football, we all know it takes a toll on everybody. You know, and when it's time to go, it's time to go. You know, if you don't have the passion, I mean, for the game, and he clearly didn't. Like as he said last night, he didn't have the passion for it, then you shouldn't be playing anymore. I was upset, man, because I had a draft earlier that morning, and
Here it comes. It's for the homie.
hold on, you don't even know, y'all don't even know. I didn't draft Luck, but I ended up drafting T.Y. Hilton, which got him in the fourth round.
That's even worse.
I know, got him in the fourth round. I'm not too happy. You know, you can look back on numbers about 2 years ago, Jacoby Brissett. I think T.Y. Hilton was like number 27th wide receiver, which, you know, that's not what I want. You know, I think I was hoping for Andrew Luck to kind of, you know, build off what he went off last year. You know, I think he was having a good season last year, you know, got banged up or whatever, but I think he could have gone a lot better. I thought he was fully healthy again, and all that was going to change. They had a running game that was going to open up, you know, Ty targets a little bit more and get that going. But I don't know how I feel about him now. I don't think I'm happy with that decision. But um, like I said, other than that, I think I think the big thing Dre was saying that the fans booed him. If I was a player, that was a free agent or even thinking about the market, I don't want to go play for Indianapolis. Like if that's what they're going to show their loyalty to a franchise quarterback that was there for 7 seasons, like heck no, like that just shows a lot. Like I don't want to go there. Like I think they screwed up there big time, and they took a lot of heat for that.
Riversidean.
You know what, man? I dwell back to I think it was sometime last season. You know what I mean? I heard Andrew Luck talking about the injury was a blessing in disguise in a way that it saved his marriage, and he became a better father. He became more aware of what he was missing out on. I'm verbatim, not word for word. And as a family man, I dig it, man. There's times I'm at work and all I want to do is come home and hang out with my son, my daughters, and with my wife, and you know what I'm saying. And so I feel like it was past football, like you touched on, like you guys both touched on. I believe it was about a family decision, and him still being able to leave with his wits, with his body somewhat intact. Right? It's a rough game, and he put he stuck his nose in there. He was tough. He never made excuses. He was never a look at me guy. He was always a team first guy. Played in that Pac-12. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like he's gonna be in a better place. And look, fellas, let's be honest. It's not like he's not gonna have the next big opening, or they're not gonna make a big space for him in the media world. As far as the next big network,
They love him.
They love him. He's going to be able to, write his own check. So, and I'm not saying that's his focus, but, I feel like he's in good hands. And I feel like, the fans do owe him better. And we all emotional. We've all booed our own. We're all true fans. And at the time, we hate them like kids. We beat them at night, wake up, kiss them in the morning. Just playing. We don't beat our children. But, it's something he said. It's something to be said about a man who puts family first and team first. And especially in this era of players that are so, hey, look at me, hey, social media, this and that, give me my platform, give me my market, give me my brand. And, hey, man, it's sometimes good to see, man. And God bless them and much love to them. And, hey, they loaded up on the offensive line. They paid dollars and they got a hell of a linebacking core. I still feel their secondary has a couple holes in it. Nothing that can't be patched up. But as far as, hey, man, next man up. Let's go. Stand up.
So I know I'm not the fantasy host, but I got a question for all three of y'all. Let's try to make it quick if we can. So do they start tanking for Tua, or what quarterback direction do they go in next?
What happened?
Ooh. Where they start tanking for Tua. Hey,
Not the Tua tank.
Not the Tua tank.
Not the Tua
You heard it here
tank.
first.
Pretty
Y'all
deep.
heard it here first.
It's pretty
Hey,
deep.
copyright that. Yeah, let's get some official on that. But the Tua tank is real, and I definitely feel like it might be in full effect. Hey, I mean, we seen teams do worse than that. So let's keep our fingers crossed for the sake of fair play. But I don't think I can touch anybody on that offense.
It's supposed to go with Luck in the whole. I like how you added that in there. The Tua right there. I feel like their season is already over, bro. It's a wrap. I'm sorry. Damn. They got. I forget what that linebacker is. They did do some upgrades on the line.
Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard. He's a beast. I mean, he's an animal, right? So the thing is, they're gonna have to change up their whole team. They can't be quarterback driven. They were a very quarterback. And Luck and see, yeah, people don't understand that he's getting smacked. I was seeing these highlights, homie. He's getting smacked by these 250, 270 pound big pow, pow, like a fucking pinball, homie. And he stands up like,
Hey, I'm
oh,
gonna
good
be real
job.
with you.
Good job.
He ain't getting smacked.
Yeah, good job.
He's smacking the
You know what I'm
linebackers
saying?
most of the time. He the ones who laying the wood on them.
Yeah. He doing that too. That's what I'm saying. He didn't play like no quarterback. That too. He was laying the wood. So, and people don't understand. They say like, quote, every NFL hit is like a car accident. Some are worse than others, but it's boom, 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 boom. Like, and homie, like your kidneys are bleeding from the inside from ball. Like you missed the like you said, like we're just fans, homie. Like, so this is this man's body and livelihood. That's how I look at it.
Absolutely.
So let me go on to the next. Oh yeah, and for the tuck for Tua, my boy, it's a wrap. They already going for that because they're gonna lose. You heard it here first. I don't even know their damn schedule. They could play the damn Titans or whoever, homie. They gonna lose like 4 out of their first 5. They're gonna get smacked, especially after this. This hit them hard right here.
Yeah, full effect. Come on, go Dale. Let's do something about this, baby.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the this is a nice segue right here from a lunch pail quarterback. You know, all I want to do is come in and do my job, and I don't want no drama. I just want to throw touchdowns. I don't want nobody. We're gonna go on. We're gonna talk about Baker Money Maker. We're gonna talk about Baker. And since I ain't let him kick off, we're gonna let Cano kick off the top. What you think about a Baker Money Maker? Just just everything all in top.
Hot boy.
Oh man, Baker Money Mayfield. You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I keep it real. That's what I do. I think he's a little overrated, man. I think he all this hype. I think he has to keep his name on the news, talk shit on other quarterbacks, aka Daniel Jones, saying I can't believe the Giants drafted him. Yeah, mind your own business, man. Like I said, that's my thing. Like just go. I like the quarterbacks that just go to work, keep their head down. Like my boy Carson Wentz, he's someone he should look up to. Baker's just a lot of talk for me, man. Him and Antonio Brown should all just hang out and become best buds and ride the hot air balloon.
Hey!
Let's
keep it friendly, baby. Give my guy a chance, baby. Hey, I'm only concerned with his mental health, baby. We concerned with. Come on. Hey,
you don't want to see him. You don't want to see him.
He's staying. Now he's staying. He wasn't staying at first. Now he's staying with him. It's ready to Rodney, fellas. Meet him. He's staying. Yeah.
Don't upset him. Don't make Rodney mad. You didn't hear that. Don't get him upset.
Go have another drink, baby. Yeah, the Hennessy. Don't spill the Hennessy, Rodney. Come on, baby. Yeah, shut up. Okay, yeah, he's out the way, fellas. We got him under control, baby.
Everything's cool. Hey, you know what? Very peaceful over here. Please don't talk about the Raiders. We don't want, especially the Raiders in here. Rodney, and he got some homies in here too. We don't want to get them riled up. So let's just let's do better.
Let's do better, man. Come on. All right, well, hey, man. Go ahead, Noah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say 14 games last season. 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Like, that's all right. You know what I mean? Like, he got Odell now, which, is supposed to help him out, but I just don't think, like, everybody hyping him up. Everybody in the draft I've done 2 drafts and everybody taking it too early for my taste, man. I just think, he just does a lot of drama. He's a diva. He gets his attention. He's always in the news. So everybody knows Baker Mayfield, and I don't think he's going to have that great of a year this year. I think people are going to figure him out. Just keeping it real, like I always do. I was right with Dwight Howard. I think I'm going to be right on this one, too. Baker Mayfield, not even a top 10 quarterback.
Glad you ain't right in fantasy.
Ha! Oh, no. Oh, no.
What you think?
Hey, fellas, he's 24 years old, fellas. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Let's cut him some slack. As far as, he joined the team that won one game in the last 2 seasons. He threw for 63% completion rate, 27 touchdowns, which was, by the way, a record that was up for 100 years. Tied it or broke it? I thought he broke it, but anyway, even if he tied it, that was a 100-year record. And with 27 to 14 interceptions. As far as I felt like he had to come in and snatch some collars in that damn locker room. That their identity was not. It was bad. He came in and pushed the issue. I mean, he was a good soldier. We all remember Hard Knocks when he wasn't starting. He said all the right things. He made all the right gestures. But, you know, once he took over, yeah, he did go crazy and declare war on the media, on his coach Hugh. You know, he went crazy. And
a correction, he did break the record. He's the only one to throw 27, and he took it from he surpassed Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson. They were tied at 26.
Hey, man, I appreciate the fact checking, man, but don't embarrass me, baby. Come on. God. Hey, but listen though, you know, and after week 3 when Kitchens took over, you know, he averaged over 280 yards a game. He averaged 2 touchdown passes a game. The guy was on a tear, and I mean, let's be honest, his biggest wins were over a Matt Ryan team that had 3 of their 4 starting DBs out, a Cam Newton team where Cam was already hurt. Twice against the Bengals
on a losing streak too.
And once they started Jeff Driscoll, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And I know because I try to substitute him in for one of my quarterbacks. No, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. Jeff, I'm still mad at you, baby. But it's no, honestly, you know, I feel that you know, he came in and played the role he had to play, man, with the card he was dealt. Now he's holding veterans accountable, such as Odell Beckham and Duke Johnson, which you never get in the man's salary. You never get in the man's business. Everybody knows that, the unwritten rule, right? And I don't know, he felt like he had hit the gas on that. And you know, I'm sure he dealt with the consequences, you know, in the locker room or whatever. I'm sure somebody pulled his collar and said, hey, bro, we don't do that here. I really want to say that, you know, I'm cheering with him. I'm cheering for him, and I want to see him do well, man. So that's how I feel about Baker. I feel that if, you know, he was somewhere else, he might have, you know, been caught up. I mean, look, he made the Browns must-see television. Their first 5 games are nationally televised. They're actually expected to win the division for the first time in 30 years. That's a big deal, you know. So we can't overlook that. In the AFC North, Berg will tell you that's grown man football. You know what I'm saying? And shit. I mean, more. You know, we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for him, fellas.
Baker. I like everybody that hit all the stats. I like that. Boom. So then I'm gonna come with everything else besides the stats. What I think about Baker. I feel like it's funny, man, because
Rookie of the year.
He's the Rookie of the year and all, but we were talking about quarterbacks in the shop, right? And we were talking about who was your boy Willie McGinnis, right?
Ooh.
And your boy Tom Brady when he was a rookie. Tom Brady, right? He's at the Super Bowl. He's jumping around. Yeah! Boom! Headbutting everybody. Yeah! Yeah! Fuck yeah! He the damn quarterback, homie. Tom Brady. Right? Willie McGinnis said he just grabbed him up, put him on the wall, said, hey, quarterback, homie. You're not a player, bro. You're pretty much an extension of the damn coach. Like, you know, you don't be going out there. You don't be acting brash. You don't be wilding out. You don't cause any undue or unwanted attention. You shouldn't have to say I'm sorry all the time. I mean, right? Like, that part of Baker, he need to get that shit together, homie. I'm talking about he was trying to do the icky shuffle, homie. He was trying to do the icky shuffle to the one time, homie, and got straight suplexed, homie. God, boom. Let that have been a brother, homie. And he ain't get drafted number 1, homie. We're going to keep it 100. We're going to keep it 1,000, okay? He ain't get drafted, let alone looked at, homie.
You ain't going to the arena league.
So what I got to say is, when I say that, when I talk about your character and how you act, he's a hell of a baller, homie. No, just a hater, bro.
Say it ain't so.
Hey.
Tell him it ain't so,
He's
man.
a baller. He's 6'1", homie. 6'1". He can play in the pocket, homie. Footwork is nice. He run away. He puts the ball on the money. Like, he's nice, homie. And I like that passion. Don't get me wrong. I like that passion. I like that attitude. Brady got that. A lot of the top quarterbacks got that. But it's a way to channel it and get the best out of your players. Like, when you act like that, I don't feel like you'll get the best out of your players, homie. You know what I mean? I really don't feel like that. I don't feel like the continuity. I don't feel like the locker room. I don't feel like everything is going to be right, homie. And that's just my take on Baker. Baker, money maker. He's probably going to get you points because they're going to be struggling all game long. I don't care what anybody says. They're still the damn Browns, homie. I don't care how much talent they have. Homie, they can fucking bring back Jim Brown, homie. And I still want to see him win, homie. Like, all that, I have seen fucking We have all seen put together great teams on paper look like la da da, homie, and then when they get on the field, it's really la da da. So that's my take on Baker. And since we talk about on the field, let's go into the AFC divisions, man. We're gonna talk about all the divisions, right? All right, we're gonna talk about the divisions real quick. We're gonna see who gonna win them and why you think they're gonna win them. But I don't want the obvious winner. I want a dark horse.
Oh,
And why is a dark horse?
Can I give you both? Can I give you both?
If you gotta give me both, just split it up. Split your time up and give it to me. And see, he's ready. We're gonna first start with the AFC East. Pats, Jets, Bills, Dolphins.
I mean, okay. Dark horse. Has to flip between the Jets and the Bills, baby. The Jets got Le'Veon, obviously, but they showing him the love. He was feeling kind of unloved not too long ago, and they did add C.J. Mosley and Quentin Williams, and that was big. Sam Darnold, the jury's still out on the kid, so we'll see. But I got them finishing. I'm gonna go with them second. Just because I'm not really big on Josh yet, as far as their defense, definitely going to be a great defense in Buffalo. Nothing new. The running back order is still a little murky to me. Don't know what's really going on with Shady yet. I would probably veer away from them, but I got them finishing third. The Dolphins, I feel like Josh Rosen is in a better situation than Arizona. You know what I mean? But honestly, they don't have a lot of weapons. Jakeem Grant, he was fantasy gold for a couple weeks and kind of faded off. But I got them. I got them finishing last. But the Pats, Belichick, TB. Enough said. And that's how I got them. But I got them finishing first. But if I had to pick a team to beat them, I would say the Jets could sneak one out, maybe at home. On a
you're right. I feel you.
On a whim.
Drake, give me what you got in a minute, man.
Man, this was probably the easiest division to go by. You got New England taking it, of course. Dark horse, probably not really the dark horse. Probably the only horse would be the Jets. It's that easy with AFC East.
We all can't agree on everything, man. Man, what about who you got?
Tom Brady, Mr. 6 rings, Mr.
Yeah,
come on,
man.
Down,
You ain't lying.
Super Bowl. Like, come on, man. That's like the most short bet ever. Like, we can't say it's not gonna be him. We can't. The Bills. We gonna say the Josh Allen.
Never.
Miami.
Never.
You gonna say
I can't do that.
Miami? We gonna say who's that? Tannehill down? Who? No, it's Ryan.
I don't even know who they got out there, homie. I ain't even gonna get started. You're right.
Hey,
I agree.
Fritzy.
And then what about you, Cano? Give me the dark horse.
Hey, are you talking about the AFC Patriots? Yeah, that's the name of that division.
Shut up, the AFC Patriots. Shut up.
Damn.
Hey, dude, come on. They're freaking, 10 in a row or something crazy like that? They always win that division, man. That's why I call it the AFC Patriots. The Jets, man. Dark horse is the Jets. Don't trust the Bills. Miami who, man? Miami who? I don't even know who Miami is.
Hey, you're right. I agree with the panel. The panel is all on point. They're super on point. We let y'all know who's playing where and why, when, what, and how. Okay? And that's how it's going down. Jets is a dark horse. They got a shot. Honestly, the Pats, I was kind of murky on them until they got, I still am a little bit Josh Gordon, but the thing is they always find a way to win. Like, they could call somebody a grocery bagger in there. He caught a touch. He was bagging groceries earlier this year. It's Tom Brady's throwing them touchdowns. Kind of hard when your fucking quarterback can throw touchdowns to fucking grocery baggers. So, yeah. All right. So, AFC North. This is it right here.
Whoa.
This is it right here. This is it. All right. AFC North, we got the Browns. We got the Steelers. We got the Ravens. And we got the little, the Cubs. We got the Cubs. Bengals. Let me stop that. The Bengals. So, let's kick it off with Dre Day.
All right,
Yeah,
this is pretty simple too. Well, not really simple. This is pretty hard. You got Pittsburgh Steelers is losing Antonio Brown. Everybody's so hyped about Juju. Don't know why. My dark horse and the only horse in this division is gonna be Baltimore Ravens. Man, they the big bullies on the block. Still got that same defense, same head coach. They got a same offense per se after they got rid of Flacco. I just feel confident in what the work in Jackson put in this offseason, along with the fact them getting Mark Ingram, along with the fact of it being second year for the defense and the offense being together. So my dark horse is Baltimore.
Dark horse, that's them. Man. No.
That's a tough division, man.
Yeah, actually, you're right. This division, other than the Bengals, is projected to be the tightest out of all of the divisions.
Ooh.
As far as odds
three,
wise.
maybe three coming out of there for the playoffs.
I mean, that wouldn't be surprising.
Hey, it's happened before. AFC West, stand up.
Here's my order. Here's my order. AFC North: Baltimore taking it, Cleveland number 2, Pittsburgh number 3. That's just the way I see it. I think I hardly agree with Dre, but I think Baltimore. I like what they got there. I've been watching a lot of preseason on Baltimore. Lamar Jackson looks good. Actually, I think I sent you guys a highlight about him like hurdling a guy. You know, that's just what he does, man. He's getting better. You know, I like that rookie that they have out of Notre Dame, Miles. He's a big target, fast. You know, I think he's going to do big things. His tight end, Mark Andrews, you know, he was showing some glimpses last year. I think he's only going to get better. There's a lot of things Baltimore does that I like. Their defense is still there. And I just, I always go with the quarterback play, and I think, he's a better quarterback than, Baker Mayfield, if you ask me personally. I know it's a hot take. And, yeah, Pittsburgh, man, they're just that time to rebuild, man. Get rid of Big Ben and, try to find the future later on, man, because Pittsburgh is done, man. That division is no longer theirs.
That's funny. I'd like to hear that. That was cool. And go ahead, man. Give it to him, Stag. Let him know. Let him know the Stag. Man. Hit him, man. Hit him with the knowledge, man.
My boy, I feel like it's Baltimore's a division to win, brother. To lose. I feel like Lamar's coming back. The team is really getting behind him. They're giving him a lot of love. Hey, he's got a go-to target in the boy Hollywood. He's gonna flash. They added Earl Thomas to the defense, and already defense full of playmakers. Brother, they're tough, and they were my pick. I have it's where it gets a little murky, but I do have. I was wrestling with this all day, fellas, but I got shit, man. I got the Browns coming in second, man. One of the best offenses in the league. They even added to their defensive line. I mean, them boys, it's tough. I'm sorry, Berg. I got y'all finishing third, but still making the playoffs. Got y'all finishing third, but still making the playoffs as a wild card. Ben does have a big chip on his shoulder, something to prove. I feel that adding Bush was big for the linebacking core, and I feel that there's still holes in their secondary, but their defensive pass rush is getting better. And look, I feel like Juju could get bracketed. I feel like James Conner could get stopped sometimes, and sometimes even though I like the guys and Andy Reid, let's be honest, fellas, he might be a good fantasy pickup, but other than that, man, he's probably gonna get a couple wins here and there, but I can't trust him.
Yeah, no.
Let's hear the bias.
That right there. That division right there is very, very it's real bruising. It's real bruising, right? But as I look at our schedule, New England, Seattle, Baltimore, San Francisco, those are all in the beginning. We played the Cleveland Browns twice, and I don't even know when the last time my boy Big Ben has lost to the Cleveland Browns towards the back end of the schedule. We also played the Jets, Tampa Bay. We have a lot of Buffalo, Arizona. We have a lot of gimme games at the end of the year. Oh no, not Tampa Bay. That's my bad. That was the preseason. But those other games I was telling you, we played Cleveland twice, Cincinnati twice. Our strength of schedule is not really that bad. And considering the last times that we've won the North, our defense has led. And the last time we won the Super Bowl, our defense has led. I mean, yeah, it's easy to say, got rid of Tonio, we got rid of Bell, whatever, this, that. Juju can be bracketed. Last week, you were saying Juju can't play. I mean, it's yet to be seen. You may be right. But he hasn't shown me anything to that he can. He's gone up against number one corners too. Because Brown was all over. They put him in the slot too. And I like Connor, and we still have the best O-line in the league. That's crazy.
That's debatable.
That is crazy. Well, you can talk about it. You can talk about. I was trying to be nice, baby. Hey, you can talk about Dallas Cowboys.
Come on, man. Look, I didn't let you say a lot of shit that slid by on this whole little press conference you're giving.
Hey, man.
Your schedule is not that. Your schedule is not that easy, especially when you got to play Baltimore
at the beginning.
At the beginning. At the beginning is where it's kind of rough. To be honest with you, it's kind of rough at the beginning.
At the beginning of the year, it looks rough. At the end of the year, it looks.
You got New England. You're at New England week 1. At New England week 1. Then you got to go. Then you play Seattle, whose defense has always been tough. San Francisco defense has been looking nice. I'm gonna give them a top 15 defense, but you're going to
San Francisco.
You're going to the Bay. Hey, matter of fact, we could ride up that way if you really want to go see that game.
Hey, I think we're going. They're going. I thought they was going to LA too.
Yeah, no. Y'all play LA at home. Then you got Baltimore and Chargers. So you got essentially 3 top 12.
I don't really see the Baltimore games. Those are like 50. Those are like 50-50. Those are always a split every year. Like we win one and we lose one. Like against Baltimore, that's like I don't know. That's like a given. I mean, we always and just like we never lose Cleveland and we never lose to Cincy. That's like for sure a given too.
So basically, what you're saying is you got Pittsburgh coming out y'all division, AFC North.
And then I got Baltimore, and then I got Cleveland. Cleveland, I don't believe in Cleveland. Everybody is drinking the brown juice.
Believe.
Everybody, I believe in wins, homie. Like Baltimore, they don't got to prove me that because I know they know how to win. Even though after Ozzie Newsome left, they let C.J. Mosley go. Well, they got Earl Thomas. He's gonna have to get his leg right, and Lamar Jackson does good, look good. I mean, I really take it for what it's worth because it is vanilla in preseason. I mean, once season start, they're gonna have that spy, and they're gonna be fucking zone blitzing, delay blitzing. Once people start balling, when that happens, then I might change my mind. I know Ben know what the hell to do when that shit happens. But those guys, I don't know. So that's to be told. If they can live up to standards, then they have a shot. But if they're not ready for all that, Steelers, baby.
Hey, let me get geeky with you real quick, man. Cleveland Brown, top 10 easiest schedule 2019. Your Pittsburgh Steelers, man. They're in the middle of the pack, man. They're in the middle of the pack.
It looks so-so. It's not that bad. But I don't like New England. New England doesn't do good at the beginning of the season either. Even the Miami Dolphins beat them at the beginning.
You know who has the easiest schedule? Top 2 teams?
Probably it can't be the Ravens.
Washington Redskins and the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I knew the Patriots.
How the fuck did the Patriots? How do the Patriots? You trying to start another topic?
Miami and Buffalo.
Tommy's world, baby.
Because I'm trying to start another topic, homie.
It's Tommy's
like,
world.
How the hell do you give the Patriots the easiest damn schedule? Who in the hell is in control of giving out these schedules?
There's an agenda. Keep Tom on top, baby.
Tom terrific, baby.
I'm convinced, fellas.
Tom
Sorry.
terrific. I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna be the one to get us off topic. Let's run through it real quick. We spent too much time on North. Let's talk about the South. Colts, Texans, Jags, and Titans. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna say Texans. Jags don't have a quarterback. Titans don't have a quarterback. Colts don't have a quarterback. Texans have a quarterback.
Whoa. The Jags don't have a quarterback?
He's a Super
They
Bowl
got
winner.
Marcus. They got Mr.
Super
Marcus,
Bowl
but
winner.
They got a Super Bowl winner. Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, Jags?
Nick Foles.
Are you talking about
Yeah,
Nick?
Nick the
Yeah.
Quick? What?
No,
He's not good as
I'm
a
talking
starter,
about
man. I
Nick
trust him.
Foles.
Hey, if he was coming off the bench, I believe in him, but he's starting,
here
so
we go.
it's a wrap.
Here we go.
Oh, and then, but the Jags got a defense, homie. I believe in the Texans, homie. I believe in the Texans, and I believe they're the dark horse, but I think things probably might have changed since Luck said he wasn't going to be there no more. So they might be the favorite now. But yeah, I got the Texans, homie. Boom, go ahead, Stack.
Hey, man, look, man, yeah, Texas, man, Deshaun Watson, no O-line. They beating the man to death.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, you can't win that way. Will Fuller can't stay healthy, unfortunately. They lost a lot in free agency. They did take, they did kind of stumble.
Lamar Miller
But
got hurt.
Lamar just went out.
Yeah, they got too much against them.
Which is why we draft fellas the last Sunday before the start of the season.
Thank you.
I tell
that to everybody I know, huh?
Hey, but hey, I got Tennessee coming in second. Marcus Mariota, contract year. Let's go. Another new offensive coordinator for 4 years. Shit. Yes, he's in a bad situation. The Jags, Nick Foles up in there. He's definitely an upgrade. Fournette, his health, of course.
I don't trust Fournette. He's not living up to his expectations.
I can't draft him.
He don't live up to his expectations.
And even then, his O-line's beat up. Miles Jack is in decline. Telvin Smith is gone.
And that's all they got. All you got to do is load the box.
And tough schedule, man. Yeah, tough schedule. And then Colts, like we talked about earlier, got them finishing last. No Andrew Luck, fellas, face it. It's going to be tough for them. Prayers to Andrew Luck. And, that being said, I got Texas winning the division.
What you got to say, right?
I'm just go ahead and give you a pretty simple diagnosis. I got Jacksonville taking it. I don't necessarily believe in Texas defense. I feel like Jacksonville defense is going to come back better than they were in 2017. They got a Super Bowl winning quarterback along with the young stud receivers that they have that's ranked top 10 in dynasty rankings. D.D. Westbrook and much others that they've been waiting to bloom as long as they get a better quarterback than Bortles, who's a horrible quarterback. So they have a Super Bowl winner quarterback who knows how to throw the ball.
You got to admit, their line is sorry, though.
Who says their line is sorry? What makes their line sorry? Because you can say something and it don't mean nothing if you don't back it up with words, stats, or guarantees. Because what I've seen them do was actually protect their line, still run the ball when Fournette was in there, and Bortles not get rid of the ball when he was supposed to. Their line is a pretty decent line. They had one bad year, also like the Raiders did. I believe Raiders have a top 5 line, but they had a bad year with the first year under Gruden.
Can you be a top line if you give up a lot of sacks?
Yeah, if your quarterback's Blake Bortles, yeah, you can. Because, like I said, he wasn't getting rid of the ball like he wants to. He wasn't reading his primary receivers the right way. And like I said, it's Blake Bortles. Can we really, all 4 of us, understand the name of Blake Bortles compared to Nick Foles, who took his team to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl? So if you've been watching the preseason, Nick Foles has made that line look pretty great. He hasn't been getting sacked. He's getting the ball away he's like supposed to. Fournette's averaging 3.7 yards per carry. And I'm a firm believer in it. Texas, I have them actually taking second place in that division wild card, actually beating out the Browns for a spot and the Pittsburgh Steelers because I have the Chargers in the second wild card spot. So Texas coming in second. Just to sum it all up, also, since we been on this for a minute, I'm going to give you the AFC West, KC taking it all. That's pretty easy. We can keep going after
that.
AFC West. Got the Jaguars, the Jaggies. So, what do you? How about you, Kano?
Man, the way I look at it, man, I look at the numbers, man, and I think Jacksonville and Houston, man, two things that they share in common. Both of them are top five in the hardest schedules. Uh, Both of them are almost, identical offensive line. Um, I did some research, and they're about 25 to 30 ranked in offensive lines in the NFL entering 2019. I think Jacksonville was 25th, and I think Houston's about 30th. So I think losing Lamar Miller really hurt Houston there. And I mean, but to be honest, man, it's between Houston and Jacksonville. It's not even going to come to all that. It's going to come back. It's going to come to who can stay healthy, because both those damn teams can't stay healthy. Whoever stays healthy is going to win the division. That's what I got to go. So if I had to go off my heart, I think Jacksonville, just because Nick Foles and he's Super Bowl winner, obviously ex-Eagle. He works hard, man. He shows up and just does what he needs to, and he makes every player on there better, and he's gonna bring that chemistry, that locker room, that leadership that he's so good at. That's why I just picked Jacksonville for that. But at the end of the day, it's whoever stays healthy, man.
I don't know, man. Jaguars can't win. But the thing I will give the Jaguars, though, the only reason I really like would consider the Jaguars is none of what y'all just said. Because what I'm looking at and because they're really not that good a team. Nick Foles is a good player. Fournette is overrated. They got a good defense. Ramsey is one of the best. I forget them linemen's name. Them boys is nice out there. Them boys, I forget what he named. Their linemen are nice. They got good players. But the thing I'm thinking about is Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin know how to take a team from nothing to something, homie. He know how to pick players and put people around, homie. So, I can see him doing some things. So, next with that, we're going to move on to the West. What does everybody think about the West?
Dum, 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 dum.
We got KFC. We got the Chargers. We got the Broncos. And we got
the Raiders.
So, we're going to let this guy go last. We're going to let Kano go first with all of his why. Let me get a dark horse, man.
Ooh.
Let me get a dark horse. Everybody, because I know what everybody wants to say. Everybody on here wants to say KC. So, because we know everybody wants to say patty cake, we're going to go with an underdog. All right? So, who's going to take it that's not patty caking them and why? Kano.
Oh man, shoot. I think you got to go with the Chargers. I mean, they're the most complete team after Kansas City. I think Oakland won't catch up. Denver won't catch up. They've added, pieces. Both of those teams. Denver Broncos added Joe Flacco. Oakland, obviously added the diva of Antonio Brown. But who knows if he's going to play if he can't find a helmet. So I think.
Ronnie, chill out, Ronnie. Chill out, man. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
I think the Chargers.
Over there. Come on.
The Chargers. I would feel more comfortable saying that if the Chargers had Melvin Gordon, but they don't. We don't know if he's going to play. He might hold out like Le'Veon Bell last year. But I think they still have enough. They have a defense. They have Mike Williams, who I think is going to have a breakout season this year. They got Eckler down there, and they got that rookie Justin Jackson, I think. And I think, they got it under control. And I think that's my dark horse. But obviously, we all got the Chiefs winning that division.
What about you, Dre?
Yeah, the dark horse of that division, man. Torn between the two, but we gonna really say dark horse. I'm gonna go with Denver. Only because, once again, I can't stress the fact that having a Super Bowl winning quarterback is very essential. Especially to a defense that's already been loaded. Same defense from when they won the Super Bowl 3 years ago against Carolina. They have Emmanuel Sanders, who's looking better he's testing better than he was before he had his Achilles injury. He's testing better in speed, quickness, and agility. He's looking good and great out there. They have the young receiver in Hamilton, who's also a threat. The running backs, Philip Lindsay, Royce Freeman. They're looking for a big step up this year from Royce Freeman. Philip Lindsay, he's already, to me personally, proven he could handle a workload anywhere from 17 to 22 carries a game. So if you're gonna say dark horse, I know the favorite one would probably be the Raiders, because I know my man about to spend 10 minutes talking about it. But I'm gonna go with Denver, so you won't hear the same thing.
We'll calm Rodney down. Rodney calming down.
Chill out,
like
Rodney. Hey, Ronnie, man, he had a Hennessy, fellas. He's sipping some candy now, so nice.
So man, yeah, me, I'm gonna let my boy Stag go last, get his thoughts out last. But me, man, I would have said my boy, I would have said the
Chargers.
LAC, but my boy got hurt, and that changed the whole dynamics of the team. I mean, and they're missing my boy Melvin. So once they lost James, that's his name, right in the back. Yeah, James, the safety. Homie, he was so raw his rookie year. I don't know if y'all know how raw he was. I don't know how picks and everything. I want to say he got like 5-6 picks. He was everywhere, homie. I put it like this. He was a Pro Bowler, homie, as a rookie. So that'll tell you right there. So he's out from the foot injury, which I hated to hear, man. He was a young baller.
He'll be back
and without Melvin Gordon, they got a couple new pieces and everything. So, I mean, I think they're gonna be all right. But I mean, come on now. Everybody that knows the Chargers know that they good for going like 8-8. I mean, 7-9. I mean, they're good for losing more than they win. The Raiders, I like the Raiders, man. Ain't nothing wrong with the Raiders, homie. I always liked the Raiders. Always kind of had a spot.
Hey, you're in a room full with Raider fans. Of course you're gonna say that, man. I would too.
I'm got one Raider fan, and I've been documented going to a Raider game, tossing my terrible towel around, homie, at a game, homie. I've been documented doing that, homie. Check the resume and everything. Keeping it 100, all right? So what I'm saying is, I like what they trying to do over there. They put together, homie, but I feel like they're kind of contradicting themselves. They reached for that safety for character reasons, which is, a good player. I forget his name. Then y'all go get Vontaze Burfict, and then that homeboy, what's my homie's name? Incognito, crazy ass homie, right? And then we got Antonio Brown. So everybody's in the. I just look at it like this, bro. Everybody says, "Oh, that doesn't matter if you win the games. You win the game." That's very true. And then Antonio Brown, he can run a lot of out underneath. He can run the ganger routes, but he made his bread off of running deep. And I really don't think Oakland's line is ready to hold defenders back like the Broncos, Chubbs, and Von Miller, Chubbs and Miller. I mean, that sound like a damn insurance company. K&N, Chubbs and Miller. Homie, they gonna come and give people havoc. And that's one reason they'll be my dark horse. Because if you stop the quarterback, it's a wrap. Carr likes to throw underneath quick timing routes. He doesn't like to throw deep. He doesn't do good when you like scramble drill. He's not good at that. And that's where Antonio really makes his bread and A butter. That's where he turned into A butter with some scramble drills and throw deep to him. They got to work that out. I mean, and I don't think that's going to happen one season. I think they need to get together, especially if they ain't been on the offseason working like they should. So my dark horse in short is the Broncos. LAC, too many injuries. Raiders, too much going on. But KC is loaded.
Come on, man. I mean, look, we got the odds-on favorite, the Chiefs, no doubt. Returning MVP, Pat Mahomes poised to do it again. Kelsey, Hill, Williams, pick one. You know what I'm saying? Sammy Watkins. The defense is switching schemes, switching they defense. So the changes could prove to be a detriment, but we'll see. Okay. The Chargers, they do have a loaded roster. Phillip Rivers, he has another year like last year. He's gonna be fantasy gold, and he's poised to make a deep run. believe that. I got them being maybe one of the teams that could potentially go sneak one out in the Chiefs, and maybe it's a tough schedule. Maybe drop one on the road sometime. We'll see. As far as the Broncos, new head coach, new quarterback, Vic Fangio coming in as a defensive coordinator. They're going to be nasty on defense for sure. But I believe that Flacco's going to keep them out there all day, and they're eventually going to flounder and fall. I got them finishing last. I got us coming in third. I think we could have a good showing. Loaded up the defense. We still Johnny touched on it earlier as far as we brought in Montez Burfict and Richie Incognito. And let's face it, fellas, those guys was born to be Raiders. And they do give us that nastiness. They give us that identity we lost when Khalil left. And I feel that AB bringing that in was an effort to fill that void. Give us a little more hype on the way to Vegas. And, hey, look, AB was never really a big preseason guy as is. Like Johnny said, you know what he's going to do. Get him the ball, and he's going to catch it. Derek Carr has been gun-shy the last couple of years. He can't create on his feet, which has been, horrible on him and one of Gruden's biggest pet peeves with the man. Gruden's system is very, very cerebral. It's a lot of verbiage, and it can be tough on younger quarterbacks. But this being his second year, I feel he's gotten comfortable with them. He's got plenty of weapons, no excuses. He's got plenty of weapons on offense. He's filled them up. He loaded the clip. So, hey, let's go. Let's sneak some wins in. Again, I got him finishing third. I got him winning some ball games in the division. But, hey, it's going to be tough, man. So that's where I'm at with that, fellas.
Oh, cool. So then we got two more topics real quick. We're going to touch this one real quick. We're going to go to the Yankees and Dodgers series. That's a World Series preview. Got to throw a little bit of that diamond talk up in here real quick. Why don't you start us off, Kano, man?
Yeah, for sure. Going off of what we talked last time, I think, I obviously think the Dodgers out of the NL. That's pretty much everyone's pick. But man, they, I don't know, man. That bullpen is trash, and I think they got to get a better closer, man. And it's showing when they play good teams, big teams like the Yankees. I think they lost tonight 5-1. Little update there. And I think they lost last night too. To the Yankees again. I think, the Yankees are out there, but, I do like Houston out of there too. Houston just has that pitching staff that, their 1, 2, 3 guys are legit. And I think, they're going to make noise in the playoffs. And I think, the Yankees won't get through again. I think Houston goes through and, end up beating the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers, if you ask me, I'm going to change my pick from last time. I said the Dodgers might have a chance to win it. I don't think they have any chance. I think they're going to, end up blowing up and never winning the World Series again. Just calling it how it is, man. They need to get a better manager, too. I'm not a big fan of their manager down there.
Dre.
Yo, okay, so were we talking the winner of the World Series, who we think, or just this past weekend?
I was talking about the New York and LAD series, but you know how Kano do.
Yeah.
Man, it was a good series. Actually, LA won last night, so New York took it 2-1. Today was a more convincing win than the 2 games before. It was actually very, very good series. Last night, LA took it 2-1 the first night.
Wait. How do you say it's a good series when the Yankees took 10-2, then it was 2-1, and then it was 5-1?
Like I said, it was a good series, man. So, in a sense,
that Dodger point and like lineup that everybody talks about.
That who?
That Dodger lineup. Everybody talk about how they're so good. Blah blah blah. They only have 4 runs against a Yankee team. I don't know if it was a good series, man. Yankees just took it. They gave it to them. and that's that. The Dodgers don't deserve to be in the World Series like that, man.
Oh my God.
if yeah, you sound like look. Don't get me wrong. I'm an Angel fan. When it comes to Dodger
I
Angel,
know,
I'm a
right?
Dodger
That's
hater.
what I was thinking.
But
I was like, this is
but
non-Dodger.
it sounds too emotional right now, Kano. Like, be easy. Like, let's realize that the Dodgers have been in the NLCS the past 6 years straight. They have been in the
Oh, I
World
know.
Series 2 out of the 3 years. Like, they
I
are a
know.
good team. It was a good series, and don't get it twisted. Like, I'm a Dodger hater along with you, but when you get uh a series like this in the late season and you do actually watch the games and don't think a 10-2 victory is like, hey, it wasn't a good series. There could be 10-2
Yeah.
victories and still be a good series. One of the innings just got away from the Dodgers. They gave up 5 runs. But like I was saying before, it was an intense game. They bullpen did actually hold it down last night. Kelly Johnson did give up I believe a hits batsman a hit. They have runners on first and second, intentionally walked. But he ended up getting 2 strikeouts last night. They did hold it down. Um, if they were to actually meet up in the World Series, man, it's going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one. And if history ever tells you anything, I'm sorry, I have to pick the Yankees, man, because as much as I do hate the Dodgers because I'm an Angel fan, in the playoffs I do cheer for them. I do go for them. But then they just let you down for some odd reason. Like, they don't come through clutch. They don't have that clutch bat. They don't have that clutch arm. They don't have that clutch bullpen to get you through, the next 3, 4 innings. So if I had to go with somebody, I'm gonna go with the Yankees. I'm gonna go with the Yankees. But it was a good series.
I'll go touch on it. I'm gonna touch on it right now, man. I see the Yankees and the Dodgers series very much of a letdown, bro. I can't even front, homie. Like, boom, everybody knew what was coming. We was Sunday night, homie. We was Saturday afternoon, homie. We was Saturday afternoon special and Sunday night lights, baby. And we showed up Saturday afternoon with 2 runs off a great defense, right? But the thing is, homie,
It's that one thing.
we did not put the bat to the ball, homie. We did not put the bat to the ball, homie. And the reason I know that, I don't know stats. I don't know percentage on running runners in position stats. I don't know, or average. I don't know none of that. All I know is what the score was, right? I know what the score was, and the score said, "Not ready for." And that shit pissed it. I didn't have a good feeling about it. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you right now, all them other games, we won the most games in the NL, right? Am I wrong? Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Kano, am I wrong?
No,
The stats, man. You the one got like 5 screens up with all the stats and shit. Am I wrong?
I do. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
No. Okay, I'm not wrong. We still got the best record, homie. So that means we know how to ball, and we got the best home record from what I was from my resources. Tell me, am I wrong, Kano? Look at the other screen and tell me. I know you got 10 up.
You ain't wrong, bro. You ain't wrong.
We
Hey,
got the best home record too, so we can have home
that,
field advantage. Huh?
that don't matter, man. You already know they going to the playoffs. You already
Dude,
know
man,
they're
come
going to the
on.
World Series. Who
Come
cares what they're at?
on, man. Be quiet, man. I'm talking right now, man. I'm trying to express my point. Yo, that don't matter. That don't matter. What you say don't matter, man. What I say matters. Okay? And what I say is we got the best home record, best record in the league, and we gonna show out. Okay? We gonna show out. Haters. Go ahead, let them know.
Oh, that angel app, boy, I like that.
Had to put it on.
So, like you said, I mean, we all know basically them damn Yankees, man. They'll go as far as their starters will take them, man. You know what I mean? They're counting on their starters to really push them through them first 6, six in the third innings, to get them into that bullpen, get them in that stretch reliever, and to get them that closer, man. I mean, I feel like their potential is high this year. And Judge is a stud, brother. I mean, he homered in every game. I mean, he stepped up in the moment, and I feel like that'll be a big sign for them going forward into the playoffs. As usual, Turner came. He answered the bell a few times. We still hit horrible with runners in score. Well, not we. I'm sorry. The Dodgers hit horrible with runners in scoring position. A couple mental errors. We couldn't get through them stretch innings, man. We couldn't get our relievers in there, and then we were getting touched, and it was a hard game, tough game, but
I feel like it was a home damn game for the Yankees, though.
yeah, it really did. I mean, Yankees fans travel well, and I feel like they're going to be in it to the bitter end. I think they'll definitely be in that American League Championship Series.
I think they'll take it from Houston, bro.
Yeah,
I know Houston has the better pitching, better on paper, better this, better that. But I see Stanton coming back, homie. All the backups. What's the name? LeMahieu. What's our boy's name? Lead off. Him. He's been balling. They got a lot of ballers, and they're deep as hell, bro. And I mean, they got good pitchers. DD, CC. Do they got somebody named JJ too? Oh man, they pretty good though, man. They be okay, man. Hey, real quick before we hit Jay-Z, man. We gonna hit Jay-Z. I just forgot to go over this. We're gonna do it real quick. Bowl winner. Anybody. One team for the Super Bowl. Because we got to get the prediction out now. Everybody. Super Bowl prediction is on recording. We're going to hold the people up to their words. We're going to see who was the guru, who was what. Right? Dre, kick it off, baby.
It's tough.
I got to give you two. I got to give you two.
Oh, come on, man.
Man,
You can
hard.
say two, but you only got one on record. You can say two, but you got one on record.
Okay, well, the one on record is not going to be, the Cowboys. I'm going to put them in the Super Bowl. I can't be that. I'm sorry, I'm going to be biased. Fucking, I don't give a.
You said the Cowboys?
Yeah, I'm going to say the Cowboys, man. I'll tell you this. Cowboys will have a top 5 defense this year. Top 5 defense. Put me on the record for that one right there. AFC. AFC, I'm going to go with, I don't think Tom's going to go this year, man. I don't think they have enough firepower unless Josh Gordon come back in flames. So I'm going to go with, I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna go with KC, man. I'm going to go with KC in the Super Bowl. KC versus my boys. Blood versus the Crips, nigga.
Hey, that's the Super Bowl. You heard it right there from Dre first here. SoapBox Sports, baby. You heard it here first. We got Cowboys versus KC. Who you got, Kano?
Oh wait, you get the hat change? Does that say Super Bowl champions? Oh, let me get going. Let me get it for y'all. Just make sure you can read it. I'm gonna add another little thing for it. You already know the Eagles are going to be Super Bowl champions, man. Hey, I got the perfect storyline. Eagles, Carson Wentz, he comes back, he leads us to the glory drop, and we finish it. He finishes it. He finally gets that MVP. He finally gets to get that love from that the city gave to Nick Foles. He earns it. He gets it. It's going to be awesome. And better yet, I agree with Dre. Kansas City on the other side. Andy Reid, big fan of Andy Reid. It's going to be the master versus the student. Andy Reid, Doug Peterson. You know, they were in the same coaching draft, the same coaching tree. I'm telling you, it's going to be epic. I'm booking my ticket. Super Bowl champ. I don't know what Dre talking about, all that Cowboy talk. They don't even get out of the division with no Zeke. Zeke and Cabo eating fish tacos and, doing a little jog on the beach. And they say he's working out.
Fish tacos and a little bird on the side. A little bird on the side.
Zeke has a fish taco on the beach. Hey, we're gonna talk about Zeke because I feel like something big is gonna happen this week because we already heard about the offers and then I don't want this and they want that, and so he's gonna be a topic next week. Y'all tune in. We're gonna talk about the Zeke of the week. All right, okay. So
Week of the week.
But yeah, I'll go, right? So my AFC team has got to be KC because I feel like feel like the Patriots is gonna start passing the torch, bro. I'm saying it. I'm calling it, homie. They're not gonna be the same Patriots, homie. I feel like they're gonna squeak out the division. I'm just keeping it 100. A lot of people, Benjamin Watson, he's not playing the first 4 games at tight end. Gordon, he's going to need time to get going. Traditionally, Patriots have started off slow and ended strong. A lot of that, to me, has to do with their power. But Belichick, he's a beast. He's probably just going to run the ball out of Sony Michel like crazy. He's going to put probably White in the slot. He's going to do some things, but I feel like Houston – not Houston, but Houston that plays for KC. I feel like KC's defense nice. They just got the Honey Badger to go with Eric Reed back there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I want to say they got a new DC, but I'm not sure. I forget about that. I got to look that up again. But it was a lot of encouraging things, and they look different. Their defense is flying around. Look, like I said, it's vanilla in preseason. We'll see what it is in the regular season. And we all know what patty cake is, homie. Like I told y'all before, he's throwing at least like 40, what I say, 44, right? 42, 44, something like that. So he's going to get that going. They have a lot of running backs, and then they have Hill who takes the top off, and Patrick Mahomes goes further than ever. So I think they're going. He's a smart player too. In the NFC, I really don't think the NFC is that cut and dry, bro. I mean, you got to think. You can never really count the Seahawks out. I mean, I don't know. I like the Seahawks, homie. I like the Seahawks. I mean, the Rams. Rams are good. Who else? That team right there with that hat and that jersey, I really don't trust them. Sorry, that's just me. You know, even Cinderella can find her slipper again, bro. Ooh. You know? So, and then you have the Cowboys. I really don't. They have the top defense. They have the best players. I don't feel like the continuity in the scheme there. Jerry Jones' team, he pulls a lot of strings, and I don't know if it's going to change as long as that's going on. And when you talk about it, it's and the Saints. I can't believe nobody said nothing about the Saints, homie. Sean Payton. The Saints are balling. If I had to pick one team to come out of the NFC, it's got to be harder than just in the AFC. AFC is KC, and the NFC, if I had to choose one right now, I would go with Rams. Got to go with the Rams. I like their defense still. I like their defense and their offense.
All right. First of all, I'd like to say, how dare y'all forget that the boy Breeze is coming back poised with vengeance on his mind. This man is going to be a psychopath. Feel it. Thomas got paid. They're ready to move forward in a big way. And I'm feeling like he's got a lot to get off his chest. I think the league is to be warned. The NFC East, I always thought the Eagles are always a threat if they get in. Zeke being out for sure, I feel like it's y'all's to lose. As far as that South Division, I gotta go with Breeze. Like I said, the North, I feel like I'm not really in love with the Vikings. The Bears, they I feel like their best shot would have been last year, contractually speaking. And then, yeah.
Bears gonna have a letdown year.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the Vikings.
And then coming out of that, and out of that AFC, I'll go with TB, man. I feel like the boy still got some spark in him, and I hate saying that as a Raider, brother. Trust me, I hate it, fellas. But I'm going to have to go with TB12 until he proves me a liar, man, because, shit, man, I'm tired of losing money to the establishment, baby. And Belichick, enough said, brother.
Woo!
There you have it. Bam.
So we're going to close on this. Everybody going to get 5 live. 5 good minutes. JC.
Oh, it's ho. It's the Rock.
We're gonna talk about.
I'm gonna take a drink to that one first. We about to get
Dre,
gritty
it's
on
the
this
Rock,
one.
Dre.
We about to get gritty on this one, boy.
It might take a little longer.
We taking the gloves off, fellas.
Who is
Soft
it?
candy for Jay. We leaving the gloves off for Jay, fellas.
Let's get it in. Let's get it in.
I don't want to get shut down before we start, man.
Going,
Let Tano go
hang on,
first.
y'all. We're going, yeah. So first, you know,
Be nice.
There's been a lot going on lately with there's been a lot going on, everybody, just to update you with Jay-Z. You know, he teamed up with the NFL in some sort of position, right? So it's been a lot going on as to how woke and how real he is, you know? So what we want to do is we want to say, what do you think about this situation? Huh?
Oh no!
Woo.
8 in a row. 8 in a row.
Hey, hey, does he want to? Does he? Can we get some real insight on Ho? Right. What does he say? He says so. I want y'all to let me know what's up with Ho. Go ahead, kick it off, Dre. I know you got it. Kick it off, Dre. Let him know.
I mean, you tell me what y'all think about the situation, because I could go on. It could just skip past everybody's thoughts and shit. So I actually wanted to kick it to the host or Kano, so you can kind of steer us in what direction we going.
You know what? I'll kick it off, damn it. I'll kick it off. I could just say what direction. When I first heard about it, right? Like my first instinct, I was like, oh, okay. All right, so Hov up in there. Then I mean he gonna, you know, get some brothers and we're gonna be, you know, we're gonna make sure we doing our thing, right? And then I started looking at the videos and seeing Charlamagne talk to him and his whole mannerism and how he was looking and just reading into stuff. I'm like, okay, he kind of looks like he's doing it, but he kind of looks uncomfortable, bro. Like, I don't know, just his whole body language, looking up, answering the questions. And I mean, I get it. Like, when he was like, what the main thing was, a lot of people that were saying, we're past kneeling, right? Or no more kneeling, or whatever. No more protesting. What are we gonna do? Action, or whatever. What are we gonna do, right? Which is cool. I agree. It's got to be. It has to be some action behind that. You know, what are we gonna do to progress? How are we gonna help everybody else out? Now, what he's doing is, I guess it's supposed to be like a reform. One of the things that he's doing, like how he helped out Meek Mill with the lawyer fees, prison fees, or whatnot. I guess the NFL is supposed to be helping with like restorative justice, a lot of stuff like that. So I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, so that should be good. You know, put their stamp on, give back. But the thing is, when I start reading and looking, Jermaine Dupri was offered the same position in February. If everybody knows about these multi-million-dollar partnerships, co-ops, contracts, insurance, documents, filing, timelines, you know, it takes a while. You know what I'm saying? So he was in the middle of contracting when Jermaine Dupri got the same offer. But he says, hey, hold on, bro. This was in January, February this year. Hold on, bro. You know what's going on. You know what we're doing. That might not be a good look. So taking that in mind and knowing what the whole picture is of inclusion in the NFL, to making sure we're including everybody to get a piece of the pie, to make sure everybody can go on the plan, that was kind of funny to me. I'm like, damn, so why you going to undercut the homie or like a potential business partner who y'all both could build y'all brand together? And I still haven't heard a reason for that. And then to go and get it when you know you was going to do it. So that was kind of funny to me. And then when Eric Reed and Kaepernick heard about it, like Kaepernick's, Kaepernick said nothing. His wife went off. I forget what she said. Like, this nigga did this, that. He's sucker. He's the face boy. He's a scapegoat. Blah, blah, blah. She kind of gave it up on him, right? Basically, that's probably what Kaepernick was talking about. But on top of that, Eric Reed was like, he's a hypocrite. He's scam. I forget what, he went off too. Stills went off too. My thing is, I know Eric Reed, he has something with the league. I don't know exactly what it is. I had to look it up, but somebody was telling me something about it. And I looked and I briefly saw it, but I didn't read the article. But he works with the league too. So he does something. So that's kind of hypocritical. And the thing is, I feel like before you go on and like say something like that, you should like know. That's why I was kind of, I feel like they should have hollered at Hove like, "Ooh, what his reports are." They didn't even talk to him, or they haven't talked or discussed what was going on. But likewise, Hove, you doing all this, homie. The reason why you doing this, you had a Kaepernick jersey, bro. You doing this because all them was doing. You seen all this. You know what's going on. You finally seen it. So I kind of feel like he's really just trying to capitalize on it, low key. I feel like why not bring in all the boys who started this so we can bring a uniform request and accommodations for the league. Like, bring in JD, bring in Cat, bring in everybody. Have a sit down. Like, look, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm working on. We're going to make sure they do this. We're going to make sure they do that. Woo, wah, wah, wah. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like kind of a part of me, a small part of me, like 30% says wait and see. Another 70% is like, damn, that's kind of scandalous how you did that, homie. So we're going to go on and go to Cano.
Man, I'm going to keep it real, man. Like I said, the whole Jay-Z thing, it's politics, man. And I'm not a big politician. I like sports. I do sports, but Jay-Z got into it. But you know what? It didn't surprise me with Jay-Z, man. He threw Kaepernick under the bus, and he's just a businessman. I think that's what they were saying. He's a businessman. It's business, and that's how he's looking at it. I mean, going off of that, with the whole Kaepernick thing and Eric Reed, they have the right to, say what they say about Jay-Z because, I mean, yeah, he did it the wrong way. I 100% agree with that. At the same time, just looking at it the other side, like business as usual for Jay-Z. He wants to get paid. He wants to get his brand out there. He's doing what's best for his company. Now, did he go about it the right way? Nope. And did he, do that the right way again? No. How do you go from rocking Colin Kaepernick's jersey, 2 years ago, saying like, "Hey, I'm going to support this man," and then all of a sudden you throwing him under the bus? Like, damn, come on, man, you can't be doing stuff like that. And I think that's what I'm saying. Like, he went about it about it the wrong way. Dre, go ahead.
Woo, man. I'm glad I chose to go after you two because y'all would have tried to just destroy everything I would have tried to say.
Yeah, so what you want? Maybe we need to wait for you ready to go now? Yeah, let Dre go. I want Dre to go because I already know y'all two, and I want y'all. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All right, man. So it's first off, I respect both of you guys' opinions, both of you guys' statements because to be honest, it's kind of like the easy way to think in this whole situation. You go off of what's being on the press, being publicized, the first word out, majority of news, more news is better than less news. And that's what you're going to grasp onto majority of people's minds that way. Minorities, black people, especially black people, we have to stop. First off, we have to stop making judgment calls so quick. We got to stop thinking we know what this person right here in this position is doing and why he did it in a sense or in a situation. Because of some people may be bitter. They may be bitter. They may be upset because facts are, no, he didn't talk to everybody. He didn't talk to Aaron Reed. But he did tell Kaepernick he was going to take the deal. Now, whether Kaepernick agreed with it or not, I don't know. But he is on record saying, I talked to Cap, informed him I was going to take the deal in the press conference before we even knew about anything. Second, when I first heard the news, I was
the reports were that he didn't talk to nobody about it because Eric Reed didn't know. He was shocked when he told him on the camera, and Cap's wife claimed that she didn't know.
We got two different reports because reports I heard on looking up stuff online, he talked to Kaepernick. Whether him and Kaepernick agreed or not, I don't know, but he let him know. And I'm gonna be on the record. Jay-Z is one of these type of men you would never see him disrespect somebody in that sense to not even let him know, hey, this is the move I'm gonna make. He's never done that. And like I said, the reports I saw, he explained to Cap. Not that they agreed, they talked it out. What you think I should do? Hey, yo, I'm taking it. We can talk more about it later, blah, blah, blah. He knew about the press conference and him doing all that before Eric Reed. Eric Reed didn't even know anything about the whole situation. I understand Eric Reed's point of view. Eric Reed, I feel like he's more upset, more mad because Kaepernick wasn't involved in the whole ordeal, and he said the fact that he was past kneeling. Um, that does
Well,
his
reports are
hard.
Colin Kaepernick's attorney says Mark Grass, that's who's saying it. That's the reference. Despite what Jay claimed in the meeting, Cap did not talk to Jay-Z prior to partnering with the NFL. And that's 11:38 p.m. on the 14th.
So right now we're at a tit for tat situation. You say this, I say that. Attorney say this, Jay say that. So
No, I'm just going off of the report. I'm
no,
reading
no,
the report,
I'm just
and
saying.
that's
I'm just
the report.
okay. Yeah, I get it. But what I'm saying is, I'm going off of what my reports and my ideas. So my
Yeah,
report,
no, I just want to, yeah,
my
I'm just
idea
trying
is
to.
this. My situation is this. If you really just want to dumb it down, when I first heard the report about Jay-Z taking this deal, most people were like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, let me see. My first idea was, damn, so what does Cap think about it? And then later that day, his wife Nessa came out with a tweet that she was very upset. Eric Reed the next day said the not kneeling thing. Kenny still said the same thing, yada yada. Um, like I said earlier, we're quick to judge people in their money moves and think it's a money move because of the state they in, the situation they in, and the position they took. Now, JD was on the record saying that that was his job before, and they was dissing Jay-Z because they're saying that you told him to say no, but there you go saying it. JD came out the next day stating like, nah, he never told me not to take it. He gave me the pros and cons of the situation. We talked about it, but I made my own decision. That's JD on the Funk Flex interview. That's him saying it from his mouth. Um, Also with the fact that as black people, we gotta stop getting divided. Give the man time. The man took this situation for a reason. Now, he's been displaying him being helpful, a leader, anyone of one of the top black males publicized in America, one of the top ones. You can't say he's not top five to help out, to lead, to show. So if he
Yeah, the
does make
first
a
black
move that seems
billionaire,
funny,
man. Come on. Yeah.
if he does make a move that seems funny, I think he deserves some time to show what he's trying to do, along with the fact that maybe he's trying to uplift us far beyond than we could think at this level and state of mind. Like I said,
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel that because that's how I'm feeling too, right? But I'm thinking like, now hear me out. Just listen to me real quick. Like, he is like iconic, bro. Like the mogul. Like I feel you. Like you know what I mean. People do look at him like that, right? So it's like you said, right now it's becoming divided or whatever. Don't you think it would be better if how can we get back unified? How can he make it unified? Like if he wasn't like on his own like that, you know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly.
basically, do you think he has part ownership to this division, or is it all everybody else's fault?
I mean, who's at fault at all? I just feel like he's picking up where people has left off. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, and
Yeah,
this is the I was waiting to get to this moment because this is key. This is factual. This is what it all comes down to. We must speak facts. As this gloves are off now. Kaepernick started kneeling. Uh, what's the kneeling for? Social injustice. Okay, boom. They actually start sitting down. They start sitting down. They talk to a military vet. We'll show more respect. I'm gonna take a knee. Okay, boom. Start taking a knee. People start making a bigger situation than what it is because the shit they was doing behind the scenes. That actually was killing us. Cops was getting away with shit. So they were being bothered with all the publicity behind all these videos of cops killing us black people. So Cap kept doing it, kept doing it. Eventually to where he bought out his contract for some reason. I don't understand why he bought out of it. Because you knew what was going on in your life. Why would you choose to test the market when you're doing something that owners don't even like you doing? So then you're not guaranteed nothing at that point. So that was a question mark in itself. Why would you leave San Francisco knowing that owners are pointing a finger at you already? So he left that. He couldn't get a job for years. Uh, he got a lawsuit. He got a lawsuit. Eric Reed has a lawsuit. Eric Reed's been getting piss tests dozens of times more than any other NFL player since then. I say that all to dumb it down to this. Eric Reed fought for it. Kneeling, he's one of the top two NFL players for it, but Eric Reed got 3 years, a $30 million contract. Colin Kaepernick had a lawsuit. He's still kneeling. He's getting endorsements from Nike, a whole movement. He's doing all these commercials. He got a settlement and chose to get an NDA with it, with all these millions of people behind you. You got an NDA. How do you think that make me feel at home? Like, I'm damn near cutting off one of my favorite things in watching football for your ass. You doing all this shit for us people, but you get a settlement and choose not to share with your people? That kind of got me iffy on the fence. And ever since that moment, I don't know about you, but even last year, because it happened last year before the football season, it kind of got stalled out. The whole movement got stalled out. We didn't know what was going on. Am I going left? Am I going right? We still kneeling? Or are we not kneeling? Did Jay-Z hijack it? He may have. He may hijack it, but I feel like maybe he's hijacking it for the reasons that Colin Kaepernick couldn't do anymore. He couldn't get in those meetings. He couldn't get behind those walls. He couldn't get in that facility. Jay-Z can. He plays a part. But what I know, Jay-Z would sit there and dance with the motherfucking devil and still keep it 100 with you all the way. All the way. So that's my point of it. So instead of tearing a black man down for a move that you can't understand because you're so little-minded and close-minded, fall back, look at it, and then make a judgment call. But for us to be over here complaining for 2 weeks about him this, it's only tearing us apart, like we did with the Black Panthers, like we did with our movement in the 80s, like we do with everything else with Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We tear each other apart to where we're not as strong as we could be if we stayed together. So my point of view, stick together, wait for the man to make a move, his first judgment call, and then judge the man. All this division and Cap versus Jay-Z, it's only making us weaker. And that's what they want.
And it's not even just Cap to me. I feel like it's bigger than just Jay-Z versus Cap. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I said that in the beginning. We'll see what happens. But I'm more 70-30 the other way than I was 70-30 before. I mean, I'm not, I'm happy for him, but I don't mean I don't got to question him.
To be honest, if I could give any type of opinion to anybody to be anything, be 50-50. Don't judge nothing right now. It just happened 10 days ago. Let it be. Let it marinate. I don't know about you, but my stakes,
that's life. It's hard not to.
It's better once you give them time. Shit happens better with time rather than you making a call right now.
Yeah. No, always. You don't have to. But I mean, just like you're gonna say how a team looks at the beginning of the season, the middle of the season. Trust me, it's not over. It just started, and it don't look good. I'm sorry, it don't. But we'll see how it ends up. But
right now, it looks good to you though. Like, what part don't look good? That's why I don't understand, because there hasn't been nothing.
It don't look good that he told me. The main thing is he told Jermaine Dupri not to take the same deal.
Well, why would Jay?
And I can look that up and give you the source for that too.
With his face out, he had an interview saying he never said that. Look, my man never said that to me.
That's fine. You're taking. That's fine. I don't look. I'm just going off of what I read in the resource, and I'll look it up and tell you too. That's all I'm saying.
Johnny, that's like me and you having a conversation. We having this debate right here, right? And we agree on something. Then we get a third party to tell me what you said. Like, how? Come on, like, we can't trust. Nah, and you come back out and say what it is. Why would I trust a third party if you come back out and say, nah, me and Dre had a conversation. This is what happened. You can't be iffy about the shit no more. Be funky with it. I'm going to trust the man that had the conversation. If you trusting the third party after the man had the conversation, something wrong with you. You digging too deep. Fall back. Relax a little bit. Trust the man that had the conversation.
Hey, that's pretty much Kaepernick. Kaepernick said no. His lawyer said no. So that's pretty much Kaepernick said no.
Kaepernick haven't had nothing publicized about what.
That's what as he shouldn't. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't be trying to. I feel like
all to follow Cap in a sense. Let's follow what's going on.
Oh, he's gonna. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. And that is a question. Why hasn't he came? He should. I'm feeling like maybe he's gonna let things
because
like you said.
This is chess, not checkers. This is chess, not checkers.
Like I said, I don't like how Eric Reed came out and said something against it so fast. I don't like how Kenny Stills. I didn't like that. I mean, that's why I think Cap is like, look, I'm not just gonna come out and lash out. I'm gonna come with a reasonable rebuttal. I'm waiting for his statement too. Everybody is.
So, Rodney, you know what I mean? Say, Rodney, I know you back there soaking right now. I see you.
Ron. I mean, we'll check it out, fellas. This is what it is, man. The NFL brought on Jay-Z to take on issues that the NFLPA deemed necessary to spearhead. So they brought on Jay-Z to be the face to take on such issues as the economic and educational advancements of minorities, criminal and social justice reform, as well as police and community relationships, as well as they wanted him to definitely dive into the whole institutional racism, which is the NFL, as we all know, and they brought Jay-Z on and underhandedly, as well as to be the main consultant for live music entertainment, meaning who's going to be appointed to do Super Bowls. Now, this is where it was said that he was money grabbing. This is where where people was, I'm a little emotional about this. This is where they felt that Jay-Z was money grabbing. And let me tell you, in a couple years ago, these cats was getting major fines, even threatened to be kicked off altogether. Kaepernick, Ed Reed, if you nailed or took a stand socially, right? So therefore, now they bring in Jay-Z to kind of sugarcoat it, and I think it's really a PR move. Because, you know what I mean?
And I just, real quick to interlude what I talk about, he was talking about, like, the reform and the education community. He has the Sean Carter Foundation, and they do education. They do reform. They do this. So it's easy to not even just keep the entertainment, but to keep that in-house, too. But I don't know. Like you said, we got to see what happens. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just thinking about how you're talking about the entertainment making money. He can also, it's easy to funnel through his nonprofit, too. But go ahead.
Well, basically, by them saying the money grab, that all came from the Atlantic Yards Barclays Center project, in which they made Jay-Z the main head of the whole project. That's why a lot of the residents of Brooklyn personally give blame to Jay-Z for the gentrification of Brooklyn. He became the figurehead of the movement, where he spread the lies that the maggot billionaires and the Russian mobsters, were giving them. They were their hand behind the strings, is how a lot of people felt. Because Jay-Z would tell the residents, basically, this is going to be a great move for our families, for our youth, for our children. It's going to open many opportunities. We're promising 10,000 permanent jobs, and not only that, but 3,000 units of low-income housing. And that just never came to fruition. So a lot of people felt like, well, damn, Jay, we had faith in you, but you Brooklyn turned into the racist, the nation's capital for racist gentrification. I mean, you call it what you want, racial displacement, racial cleansing. Some people even refer to it as, and in some cases they use the eminent law, saying that they were just bullying residents out of their properties. And everybody said, wow, Jay, how could you stand behind this? And he was the mascot of the movement. And, a lot of people felt like, hey, well, look, Jay-Z surrendered his portion of the 1/15 of 1% ownership, which he had, which is funny as itself. I'm going to touch back on that in a second. But he relinquished his 1/15 of 1% ownership, and they said, hey, this is a good guy. Look, he turned back the ownership because they broke their promise. Ain't that something? But in all actuality, what do we know, fellas, that you cannot be an owner as well as an agent? Conflicted interest. So that's where a lot of people felt that Jay-Z was money grabbing, okay? So now to go back, Jay-Z was on stage at all them concerts. At all them concerts he was allowed to do at the Barclays Center. He didn't get paid. A lot of people feel like he didn't get paid on the initial 1/15 of 1%. No, his backing was underhanded when he could run as many concerts as he wants to at the Barclays Arena through Rock Nation. And if you check the facts, Barclays Arena had more shows than any other venue, including Madison Square Garden, including the Staples Center, including whatever other venue out there. So the proof is in the pudding. I mean, you make of it what you will. As far as we all kind of felt that, he had something, a hidden agenda, if you will. But, I mean, make no mistakes. Jay has contributed to minority groups all over, the young black men, through his different philanthropist. He's a philanthropist. and he has given back with his own dollar. Can we blame him for going out and getting some money? I mean, I feel like when it comes at the hardship of the residents of what you call home, when you're allowing these puppet masters behind you to rake in billions while you take the crumbs, hypothetically speaking. And again, fellas, this is just what's. I mean, if you really want to get a good scoop, people, go check out Battle for Brooklyn. It'll break your heart. And that being said, I hope and pray that Jay-Z has entered this with the best of intentions and really wants to see it through. Otherwise, we're looking at another Atlantic Yards, Barclays Center debacle. And that's what it is.
Hey, can I ask y'all a question? How y'all feel about just kind of changing the subject a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, with Coach Brian Flores doing the Jay-Z playlist at the Miami Training Center for Kenny, for the wide receiver Kenny Stills. How you guys feel about that? There's a hot take right now too. Like, should he have done it? They asked him questions about it. He's like, oh, I was using it as motivation, to Kenny, so that he, just focuses on his game, because his game hasn't been there, and he can't be listening to the outside noise. How do y'all feel about that?
Like I said, man, I sit in the shop the majority of my life in the barbershop, man, and I notice it's not cool to go against the grain, man. It ain't, if you haven't read a lot of facts, you don't really know the true story of what cats is really behind and what they up to, then it's easy to say, oh man, you not messing with Jay-Z, shame on you. How could you not support this? How can you not support that? Now, I mean, again, Jay-Z has done lots. He does more than his share, people. So let's give him a chance to really see this venture through. You know what I mean? And I feel like that being said, yeah, it's not cool to say fuck Jay-Z, and it takes more grit to get out there and say that than it does to just play his music and say, hey man, I'm pro Jay-Z. Okay, Brian Flores, I see that. If that's the message you're sending to your team, I know you coming in and you trying to set a new foundation based on what message that sent or what foundation that was laying. I don't know. The layers to be seen. So remains to be seen. So yeah, I mean, it was attention grabber. It definitely sure grabbed his attention. And but Kenny will be all right. He's a veteran. He knows how to get through. He was already called out by Coach Flores for not having a great camp, and the jury's still out. We'll see what happens. Hey.
I don't know, man. As a coach, I think I don't know. I don't know if that's the right approach to come to your player like that. Really, honestly. I mean, shit, I like Jay-Z. I'll still listen to Jay-Z music. Him playing it 8 times in a row just depends on what songs he played. That's my question. You know what I'm saying? What songs he played. But obviously, there is some intent behind that. And I don't feel like your players, you want to motivate them. You want to get the best out of them. You want to push them. But that seems like that was kind of like irritating them. That seems, I don't know. That seemed kind of weird, homie. It seems like Kenny Stills did something to him in the past or some shit, homie. Like, I don't know. I don't know why he's picking on him like that. It feels like he's picking on him, a coach picking on the players. So
I'll tell you what it is. Right
I thought it was kind of weird.
I'll tell you exactly what it wasn't he picking on him, man. I'm a new coach. I'm in here. I'm a black man in Miami. I'm a head coach for this is first year, right? I'm trying to set a standard in here. And what I noticed, you are this kid from a high school in the area which is 76% white, 16% Hispanic. It was about like 5 or 6% Asian, and only 0.9% black. I'm Brian Flores, who lived this life that you're talking about day in, day out in South Central. Day in, day out. I lived that life that you was never around. So I come to this team, and you more about this camera and facade more than you are about doing what got you here. And I don't see it. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna test you 8 songs in a row. Let me see if you can really realize what the fuck you doing. Excuse my language, because I'm getting emotional about it.
You saying about this, but don't forget the task at hand. You got to remember, our most important leaders of all time knew how to balance the two, knew how to balance their daily lives as best as they can, because no one's perfect. Balance their daily lives and also attack the task at hand of social injustice, powering up our black people, our black males, and giving them insight of what we should be going towards. This man, like I said, Brian Flores lived that life. So a person who lives that lifestyle comes to camp and see this guy who's never been around that lifestyle, and you talking about this more than you are on the football field, you slacking out here. Now it's time for me to test you. Now it's time for me to test you, man, because now I'm going to test you more than you just being a football player. I'm going to test you about the person you say you are in front of this camera, because I'm from that life and I don't see it. So let me see it now. And you know, and I respect it. If you had an issue about it, let's talk. Communications can solve everything. One conversation. So if you're a man, you got issues with it, come talk to me. I'm pretty sure nobody want to test Brian Flores. I know y'all seen him. He yoked.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, test, that is kind of, when you test somebody, you're kind of singling them out. You're kind of picking on them. So he was, you know,
Yeah, he was picking
on them. Like,
he picking on all the time.
I get it. But what I'm saying is, that's cool. I mean, I guess so if that's how you go about it. But me, the way I think about it is, there's got to be a strategy. Like, what is your strategy? When you do that, are you going to put him in like a game type situation to see how he reacts? Like me, I'm more thinking like put him in an Oklahoma drill. I mean, I'm more like go up against the number one cornerback like 10 times. I don't know. That may be his way. Shit, that's how he does it. Then I guess you know what I'm saying. I'm just thinking like I was just trying to figure out. Because usually there's a cause and effect. Like, what was the effect that you want to get from that? Like, what was the? That's what I was thinking.
We don't know the effect. The effect hasn't happened yet. The effect will be a 2019 season. That's the effect. This is the cause right now.
That's what I'm thinking about.
So
that's what we talking.
It's up to Kenny Stills.
Yeah, he's picking on.
It wasn't disrespectful. Because what I'm doing I'm just playing songs back to back. I like Jay-Z. That's not disrespectful. If you really want to peel the layers back, yeah, we can talk why I did it. But what they got to do with you playing football that I ain't seen you do this whole summer? That's what the issue is. You more focus on something that you ain't never been around than the shit that you're supposed to be focused about. So now I'm calling you a card on both. Let me see what's going to happen. Because I don't know about you, when real ones get their card pulled, they front and center. They always front and center. We'll see what happens. 2019 going to tell us a lot about Kenny Stills.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that one right there. You know, he should. I like Kenny Stills. He's always been like a late draft pick, waiver wire kind of player anyway.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't think Jay-Z or Biggie or Tupac or if you play anybody back to back to help his ass out, you know, he gonna stay in the same position. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, yeah, man, it's been awesome, man. It's perfect, man. It's a great night, man. So everybody go ahead and wrap up. Let them know where you can find us, and you know, give us some closing words. We're coming in on 2 hours, so let's make it real quick. Kano.
What's going on? We'll see you guys next week. We have a live draft. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the information. Like I said, we try to keep it as real as possible. We kind of went longer than we expected, but you know, we're working at it. But yeah, shout us out.
No.
Hey, fellas, much love. Thanks for having me. Look forward to growing with y'all, building with y'all, man. It's just been a blessing and a privilege. Remember out there, believe half of what you hear and none of what you see. Hold it down out there. Much love.
Yo, man, appreciate y'all coming with us. Y'all be patient. This is our second podcast. Man, we growing with y'all as long as y'all growing with us. We had a wonderful time back-to-back weeks. If anything's taught you these past two podcasts is really be patient and think about the moves you're making. Like my man just said, don't believe everything you hear and see. Make your own judgment. Don't ride nobody's way but your own. You'll make it. Manifest everything. You should rise.
Oh, yeah, quick shout out to River Ridge Little League on winning the Little League World Series. Congratulations, fellas.
Fact.
Oh, yeah, no. We're going to wrap it up. I appreciate y'all for coming out. We ran a little bit longer, but we had some real good, juicy, intense, passionate driven discussions that we had to get out. So that was real. That was cool. I like that, man. That was positive. That was real encouraging to everybody, man. And stick it through. Thank y'all for coming in. Leave a comment, leave some questions, things like that we can come back to. And in life, though, it's inevitable. You're gonna come to a fork in the road or two or three, and you just gotta take your own path, homie. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta run through that shit, homie. Straight up. So be real. It's been lovely. And check us out, the sports group, the damn fantasy football guru. We're going to be doing a draft next week.
Yep.
It's going down.
Hey, Rodney, chill out, man.
Rodney. Rodney trying to tear Rodney. Come on, man. All right, Rodney. All right, y'all. We got to get Rodney back to acting right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We're going to check y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.